I picked up a cheap copy of Core Class Dracodon a while ago, and I have never regretted that purchase. He is a lime green skeleton man, I cannot be upset by that. But deep in my heart I knew that I needed the other version of this mould. Not because it's any different, she's identical apart from being brown, but because she uses one of my favourite occasional Transformers names. I give you Vertebreak. Yeah, I don't really think you're spelling her name correctly unless you use that kind of font. So yes, I did buy a nearly identical toy to the one I already owned solely because of its name. Don't act like you're above this, you'd do the same. If you're a Transformers fan, you probably already have. But hey, since these two are nearly identical, let's review both at once. First off, despite being kinda lumped in with the fossilizers, they can't disassemble like those could. These are completely conventional Transformers, well, as conventional as a robot who turns into a dinosaur skeleton can be. They're nimble little buggers being all ball joints, and their weapon, which I think is a sword but could be a whip, pegs into 5mm fists, meaning that they can hold regular sized Transformers weapons too. It would have been nice if each of them had a different head sculpt or something, but they do have different faction badges, so that's a difference, I suppose. Plus, you're unlikely to get them mixed up because I don't know if you've noticed, but one of them is lime green. Quick side note though, whilst I was recording the B-roll for this video, the thumb of Dracodon broke and I had to put a pin in there to reattach it properly. So maybe watch out for that? Not sure what I did, so I don't know if it's actually my fault or a fault with the toy, but it's not a great thing to happen regardless. The transformation for this pair is pretty much just swapping out the heads, tucking up the arms, and jamming the tail sword where the sun don't shine, leaving you with a pair of cute little skeletal Dracorexes. The legs retain all the same posability as in robot mode, since they are literally the same legs as they have in robot mode, and they can open their mouths if that's the sort of thing you like. And I do. Plus, since the tail is a standard peg size, you can do some stuff. Although you probably shouldn't. One thing to mention in the tail department, and one of the few differences between these two, is that Vertebreak has paint on her weapon handle and on her hands, which can lead to the fit being much tighter and stickier than Dracodon's. Yes, this also means that this can be a tight and sticky hole. Whilst we're talking about that end of them, it should be noted that because of where their robot hands sit in Dino mode, it does kinda look like they're cupping their genitals, or at least the space where their genitals would reside were they not skeletons. And robots. However, they can sploot out like a sunbathing lizard, which I think is pretty great, honestly. So do I recommend that you pick one of these up? Yeah, why not? I do still occasionally see them in stores warming pegs for cheap, and I think they're neat. Although I suppose it would reflect badly on my judgment if I didn't recommend them after having bought two of them. So, yeah.